8.38 million is for subsidy and 447.9 is for equity. Hindi po nasama sa presentation lang. Baka nakaligtaan lang.
Kasama po namin si OICGM Richard Valdez.
GM
Mr.
Valdez, please briefly lang, no? I know you have to go, but siguro para malaman na ng committee. Baka nakalitan yung PDB4.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Senate President. For the past year since the creation of PTV, budget of the television network is not included under the PCOO budget. It falls under the corporate, under our corporate budget. And the budget of PTV was made because of the law passed by both houses, creation of PTV, giving us a 5 billion budget spread out through the years until 2019, Your Honor.
So again, yung budget nyo po will be 576 million.
We have a budget for 2019 as for 447 million. Sir.
That's for the equity. Subsidy po, 128.
Only 78 million for...
78 lang?
Yes, sir.
Meron discrepancy. Pero sige, we'll check. We'll take a look at that, no? Okay. Wala ba kayo presentation? Any? Ang channel PTV4? Improvements? What have you done?
We can submit it in the next budget hearing.
Next budget hearing, please do so. No? Kasi nakita naman natin if there's one thing that the PCOO under the Duterte administration has done, especially under Secretary Martin and Dar, was the improvement of the government stations. No? At least mukhang mukhang papanoorin na ng konti. Dati talaga di mo papanoorin eh. Di ba? So, I'd like to give, of course, we have to give credit where credit is due. At least meron na, there has been considerable improvement. Di ba? So, siguro yung market share nyo, tumaas na rin. Siguro 1% na ngayon. Dati, 5.2. Di ba?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to proudly state that yung ating pong Radyo Pilipinas, yung ating 738 AM na Radyo Pilipinas 1 ay number 7 na ho sa Mega Manila. Yung ating 104.3 FM1, number 1 in affinity.
Yung Radyo Pilipinas is the former Radyo ng Bayan?
Opo, opo, Mr. Chairman. At yung bago po nating FM station para sa mga millennials, 87.5, ay pasok na rin po sa top 10. At for the first time in history, I believe that the Philippine Broadcasting Service, lahat po ng radyo ng gobyerno, is entering a second golden age in broadcasting. Kanya we're very proud. And ang Channel 4 po, number 4 na po siya ngayon. From anong number niyo dati, Richard? Mr. Chairman, number 8 po. Yung PTV4 noon, ngayon number 4. And isa po sa mga ginagawa po naming improvement this year ay itataas
even the studio, the setup, at least it looks attractive now.
Opo.
So, problema lang dyan, pag pumasok ang Itbulaga, lalong bababa ang inyong market share. Yun lang, di ba?
Mr. Chairman, we used to have a TV show in Channel 4 entitled Friends. Tito Vic and Joey with Charo Santos. Charo Santos Concio. Yeah, we used to have a show there. Baka gusto nyo ibalik.
Pwede. Ay, sa amin pa po yung copyright nun, Mr. Chair. So,
I was just joking.
yung plano po natin this year ay increase po yung transmission from 55,000 watts to 120,000 watts. Itong dito po sa Metro
Para
Manila.
yung coverage, no? Mas
Opo.
sumaba pa.
Buong Mega Manila po ang coverage hanggang Laguna at Batangas po.
I would say that that you have again made significant strides, no, to improve the government channel. As I've said, talagang dati hindi mo pa panoorin eh. Sa set pa lang, wala nang ano eh, wala ka nang gana. Pero ngayon mukhang ano na eh, mukhang bago na, mukhang maayos na, mukhang international,
Opo.
hindi na nalalag sa CNN at sa iba, no, kung titignan mo.
At Mr.
So
Chair,
I hope that you'll continue improving and hopefully get a bigger share of the market, especially especially for government. It is the main communication arm of the government, so we have to improve.
tama po kay Mr. Chairman at nais ko lang po maidagdag na mabilis lang po na kung sanay po tayo dito sa ating bansa. Mindanao Media Hub, Mr. Chairman, ay state-of-the-art media center. Nandun po yung TV, radio, online, Philippine News Agency. Ito po ay magiging powerful din po. So we can have our national newscast coming from Davao City by before election of next year, Mr. Chairman.
Sige, that I hope that will be already because it's very important, no, that people know of the programs and projects of the government because it is natural. Pag positive kasi talagang hindi yan masyadong sexy, communicate the programs and likewise the accomplishments of government. Talagang it's really I guess you know how it is. You came from a good to be newsworthy. Anyway, yung po sa sa PTB4 lang, before we continue lang, no, yung kanina nabanggit yung 76 million, that's for 2018. Yung subsidy for 2019 is 128. No, anyway, babalik pa naman po tayo. No, nandito po yung figures sa amin ngayon.
Yes, sir.
We're hoping to get a presentation because Senator Lauren Legarda, our chair of the finance, nag-text po siya. She wants another hearing for this. Then she has we just went to this and yung ngayon, yung pong suggestion ni Senate President that we go back and we will expect in a month's time your plan, your strategy into reverting back to the old press secretary. And likewise, yung pag ano natin, yung pag-relaunch natin ng mga office of the press attaches in different areas of the world. Strategic areas. But before I let you go for because you have to go to the house by 1 o'clock, no? Pero by 11 we hope to suspend already. So yung po may mga katanungan lang from the LBRMO, no? Per RA 10390, PTV4 is supposed to get 2 billion from the proceeds of the privatization of RPN9 and IBC13. RPN9 has already been privatized. Has PTB4 received any money from this? Can you update us?
Good afternoon. Good morning, Chair, Senate President. But it's still ongoing. Except we were able to get consensus already with meeting with RPN9. There is supposed to be a breakdown as to how the payment are going to be made. But rest assured that we'll update you as to the payment of RPN9.
So how much has been remitted?
Well,
Did you receive anything again?
We're coming down to a budget. We're just finalizing point.
Just it's still in the process.
Yes, sir.
Your proceeds.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so hopefully we can hear during the next hearing because we are also particular. We would like to know the status, no, because of the sale. The sale has been consummated already.
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Okay, thank you. Next, what has the management done with the audit findings contained in the 2017 audit report? Have you complied with the audit recommendations? yung audit report ng PCOO itself, yung mga findings, kung were you able to comply. So you can, if you cannot answer now, at least you will, no, please take note of this. Kasi galing ito sa ating legislative finance office. So PCO should submit their compliance reports to COA in their response to the audit findings before we approve the budget on the subcommittee level. So at least you still have time. Si Asek Omar Romero, would you like to comment on this?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Mr. Senate President. With respect to the audit findings of the COA for PCOO, these findings include a revamp of the procurement processes within PCOO and the replacement of the personnel involved in the procurement process. So we have done this, Mr. Chair, and we are still in the process of implementing further improvements. It should be noted, Mr. Chair, that in the past we were constrained to involve contract of service personnel in the procurement process. And because of the COA recommendations and findings, we are now limiting these sensitive positions to regular personnel of PCO.
So, but in the next hearing, please submit the compliance reports and likewise your response to the COA audit findings. Because that will be a requisite before we approve your budget on the committee level. So we will not be able to recommend deliberate to the plenary unless you are able to submit the COA findings and your response.
I will do so, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. I have two more items. Wala na si Asik Muka, but as head of the Social Media Unit Division of the PCOO proper, she is designated as the one who will review and approve accreditation of social media bloggers since the issuance of the department order in 2017. Siguro kung wala si Asik Moka, probably Sec Martin or any other officials present can answer. Ang tanong ho ay, may we know how many bloggers have been given accreditation, and may we know what are the criteria for a blogger to be given accreditation?
Mr. Chairman, the policy was never implemented because after we gave a 3-month leeway for the office of ASEC MOCA to respond to the queries of ASEC Ablan, wala pong naipasok na blogger. So therefore, ay wala na ho yun. Nag-expire po yung policy, Mr. Chairman.
So it was not implemented.
Na nag-expire po. And
Likewise,
nag-expire po
it's
siya.
tough because most bloggers, what the President said, most bloggers don't want really to expose themselves. Diba? Okay, next, probably the last before we let you go this morning. May we know the status of the supposed clean-up for the Philippine News Agency? Hindi na po ng PNA.
Mr. Chairman, may I defer to Director Virginia Agtay, our director.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and Senate President. It is significant to note that since the gaps that happened last year in the Philippine News Agency, there is not, I cannot say it's zero, but very minimal just on spellings, and these are all being noticed or corrected before they are posted on the website, because we have implemented 3 levels of editing. So unlike before, when there is only 1 level, this time we have 3. So from the sub editor, after editing the article or any material, it goes to a 2nd level, and then it goes again to a 3rd level. So fresh eyes to see, to make sure that all stories or materials posted on the website is free from glaring errors. And may I also note, Mr. Chair, that the Philippine News Agency has ventured in other platforms aside from the online, aside from online. So we have a newscast that is posted on the social media pages and the website. And we have rehabilitated the office. It's now a more decent and very presentable office through the support of the PCOO. And we have our own newsroom and support the needed equipment for all the personnel.
Who is the head of PNA now? Is there Mr. Ego? Kayo na po.
Yusek Egco is
Yusek
the
Egco.
supervising
Okay.
PNA of PNA.
Kasi siya pa rin na, wala ko kasi don't see him around.
He's still there, Mr. Chair. And he actually is the one hosting a talk show for PNA, the pros and cons.
I hope that you will be here in the next hearing because there are some issues or some concerns that the other senators might want to ask. No? So what are the reforms that have been wala na ho tayo na so
Wala na po.
iwasan na natin yung mga maling spelling, maling pictures.
Wala na po, Mr.
Diba?
Chair. And wala na po, Mr. Chair, since all the gaps happened last year. And may I also say that the Philippine News Agency has strengthened its partnership with foreign news agency. So as of now, meron na po tayong
Because last year, I remember when we had the hearing, sabi ni Mr. Egco, meron feeling natin, no, kasi take over lang natin noon that may nagsasabotahe dahil marami doon mga nakaraang pang administrasyon. So what have you done kung talagang meron nga? O ano po ang naging findings?
ang findings po ay hindi na po ng NBI. So we had NBI help us. Ang sabi po ay meron pong nagkaroon po ng attempt to access the website from a different area na supposedly dapat nandun lang po sa aming opisina. Hindi na po namin masyadong na-pursue because we had to move forward and talagang i-implement po yung reform. So nagkaroon po naging stricto na po ngayon, Mr. Chair, sa everyday performance ng bawat to make them accountable. So meron pong na-suspend, meron po hanggang pa po ng suspension. And masaya naman po kami na naging isang eye-opener po to sa lahat na maging on the news every day.
Well, that's good to hear. Okay, so before we spend again, just a reminder from the chair, yung pong concerns ng Senate President natin, okay? We want the plans and probably the budget, no? For the new set up under the Office of the Press Secretary, and likewise with special mention doon po sa press attachés, no, in strategic areas. Okay? So again, we have no more concerns for this morning. We will be back on November 12 for your second budget briefing. So please take note, November 12, we will expect you here. So again, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This hearing is now suspended. Thank you.